It's no secret that I love overanalyzing anime intros. When a series has openings that are packed with references, wordplay, and oddly insane lore implications, I simply must cover them. So today, I want to talk about the incredible lyrics of the Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun openings. Spoilers for the whole anime, but I'm having a if I pretend it's not real, it can't hurt me moment with the manga right now, so I won't be talking about it. For once, anime onlys are safe on this channel. When breaking down these songs, there's 3 important levels to pay attention to. One is the English translation, or the exact meaning of the lyrics. That's the most basic thing to analyze, what exactly the lyrics are saying. 2 is the way the words are pronounced in Japanese. Like in English, there are many different ways to say the same thing. Each word chosen is intentional and holds a lot of meaning. 3 is the way the lyrics are written. Each individual kanji has its own meaning. When placed with other characters, it can form a word with an entirely different meaning. So looking at the way the lyrics were written in Japanese is also really important. This will become easier to understand after I start breaking down the songs. So let's start with season 1's opening, No.7. The first line is a perfect example of everything I just said. From joy to sorrow, past and future. Past and future is obviously a reference to mystery number 1, the clock keepers. Simple enough, but then if you listen to the Japanese pronunciation, past becomes kako and future becomes mirai, which are the very on-the-nose nicknames Akane gave them. From joy to sorrow doesn't seem to have any meaning, but look at how it's written. It uses the kanji for 1, and it uses it 2 times at that, telling us this is about school mystery number 1 and that number 1 is made up of 2 separate apparitions. The first verse of the song continues going through all the 7 mysteries in order. A pair of shadows spreading over the staircase. A pair is 2, so this is for the second school mystery. The staircase is the one from number 2's rumor, where people go missing. The pair of shadows can also be taken as a reference to when Yashiro changes her rumor to be a place for couples to go so they can be in love forever after she destroys her Yorishiro. You've said it to me 3 times already. School mystery number 3 is the Hell of Mirrors, hence the repetition. You could also take this as being about Mitsuba's 3 forms, alive, dead, and apparition. The next line is written with the kanji for number 4, and the next says, it's just a rumor, the delusion of reality. This refers to how number 4, Shijima, was created by people making up insane theories about what happened to her, instead of ever finding out the truth. The next line includes the kanji for the number 5. If there's a more specific reference about his character here, I don't get it. We then have a line including the number 6. The scythe hints at him being in some way related to death. Everyone has their 7 sins. Obviously 7 for Hanako, and the sin being what he did to Tsukasa or himself to end up haunting the school as a ghost. The next line, because we are incomplete, we fight fate, is a reference to Yashiro being fated to die, with incomplete being a way of saying her lifespan is cut short. The chorus starts with the word common/all around, depending on the translation. In Japanese, this is pronounced as a mane, Hanako's real name. Following this, the chorus is all about Hanako, waving a blade, getting hurt for another, crime and punishment, all referring to what happened between the twins. The second verse only counts through the first 4 mysteries. 1 fleeting moment, another reference to time, and number 1. Overlooked by 2, which can also be translated as making the same mistake again. I like to think of this as number 2 falling in love with the reincarnation of the teacher, even though she knows from the past it can't ever work out. The same thing in different names. This line is written with the kanji for 3 and 4 and really fits with both of them. Like I said before, it can be about the 3 versions of Mitsuba, but it can also be referencing the many forms we see Shijima take. It then counts 1, 2, 3, death. The kanji for number 4 can be read as she, which is the same as the Japanese word for death. While a lot of the mysteries are dead people, Shijima's rumor is specifically tied to her own method of death. The next line really cleverly talks about all of the first 4 mysteries. We already know the word for future is mirai, so number 1. Upcoming is read as misaki in Japanese, number 2's name. The mirror refers to number 3 being the Hell of Mirrors, and for number 4, the name Shijima can be translated to silence. This next line has caused me suffering ever since I first heard it. All or nothing, let's talk to the 8th. Wait, there isn't an 8th. Excuse me? This song has been entirely lore accurate up until now. Then they randomly throw in a line about an 8th mystery and I'm expected to just believe there isn't an 8th mystery? This isn't meant to be a theory video, but I have to throw this out there. Yashiro's name includes the kanji for number 8. Everything is telling me she'll become the 8th school mystery, but I'll be so pissed off if Ida Iro actually made it that obvious the whole time. Going back to the line itself, the way all or nothing is written can be more direct actually translated as 1 or 8. So maybe it's a hint that the series will end with only 1 mystery, maybe once Hanako collects all the Yorishiros, or 8 with the addition of Yashiro. The next line talks about a 4-leaf clover. I assume this is an intentional connection to the fact that Mitsuba's name can mean 3-leaf clover. For some reason, 5 and 6 get skipped entirely, as the next line is fall 7 times and receive punishment. This could either be referring to the 7 mysteries having their Yorishiros destroyed, or specifically about Hanako and him being punished for being a murderer. Number 8 is mentioned again, and we repeat the line about Yashiro being fated to die. Once again, really making me think she will be mystery number 8. We come to the second chorus, still starting with the word amane. The bridge that follows is about Tsukasa. Hide the past and conceal your name, directly referring to the whole mystery of who he was from season 1. The line mentions a predetermined fate. Predetermined is pronounced as Tsukasa in Japanese. We've already changed it once, is referring to the time Hanako died when he wasn't supposed to. Let's change it again could be referring to saving Yashiro, or considering this section is about Tsukasa, maybe it's part of his plan. This chunk of lyrics is someone begging for something to change right up until the end, and being told nothing will change. So will the end of the series really be nothing changes, no one can be saved, and Yashiro dies? I can only hope not. Finally, we end with the chorus again, still starting with amane. Do you get what I'm talking about now? They managed to pack so many references into one song. And did you notice how many spoilers were in it as well? Remember, this was season 1's opening. Unless you read the manga, you wouldn't have had any idea about the clock keepers or Shijima or number 6 or Yashiro's death, but they still just shoved it all in the intro anyway. If the stuff about number 8 ends up happening, this might beat Link Click when it comes to revealing everything and hoping no one notices. Season 2, whatever that says. This one is a little less jam-packed with wordplay, but I think it makes up for it with the meaning of the lyrics themselves. Our first chunk of lyrics are about Shijima. We can tell by the use of the word silence in the last line, which is pronounced Shijima in Japanese. These lines perfectly sum up her story, how she painted to escape from reality but knew she would inevitably die. The next part is about Hanako and Mitsuba using Shijima's powers to create the perfect world. Cling to common rumors. Remember, common is amane in Japanese. I compromised with a 3-leaf clover. Mitsuba means 3-leaf clover. The last 2 lines are them deciding to keep it all secret from Yashiro and co. The next part counts through all the 7 mysteries. Pay attention to how the words are written in kanji. A fleeting icy impulse, for 1. Laughing repeatedly has both 2 and 3. 4 is in without saying anything, and 5 is in the storm. Sixth sense is obviously 6. Finally, stumbling and falling includes the number 7. It also has the number 8, but this time I think it's really just referring to Yashiro. As the next lines are, I glare at the answer of life and death, referring to her fate. Even if tomorrow never comes, she's willing to make this choice even if she will end up dying. Let's go to the edge of this world. The choice being escaping from the perfect world painted by Shijima. The chorus starts with the words predetermined fate. Recall, predetermined is pronounced as Tsukasa. I don't think the chorus entirely fits with his character. I mean, he doesn't really pretend to be fine, does he? But I also don't have any other ideas, so I'll just force it. The face in the mirror is referring to Hanako, as they're identical twins. Whatever Tsukasa is up to definitely involves changing time or fate in some way based on these lyrics. The second part of the chorus includes the line after 4 o'clock. The after 4 part is telling us this happens after the thing with Shijima, mystery number 4. Notice how it's written, in 24-hour time, so it's actually 1600 hours. A sneaky way of hinting that mystery number 6 is involved. Look at this last part. Crimson is pronounced akane in Japanese. This entire part is actually a massive spoiler for season 3. I said I wouldn't talk about it, so I won't, but it's interesting they included more spoilers again. The second verse doesn't have much wordplay, but the lyrics make it pretty clear it's all from Hanako's perspective. The first part about someone wanting to walk on the moon, but it all being meaningless because the end has been decided, is referring to his untimely death. Despite being fated to live, to become a science teacher, he simply says he's not going anywhere anymore and that's it. The last bit could be him talking about how he never wanted to die, or it could also be Yashiro's thoughts now that she knows her own fate. Before the chorus, we get one more part that's absolutely just Hanako talking. I knew from the start, it didn't matter who lived or died. I thought it didn't matter. He knew Yashiro was going to die soon from the very start. He didn't tell tell her or do anything to change that fate in the beginning. But just like the next part says, he now wants her to live. Now that they've spent more time together, he can't stand to see her die, even if it means coming up with some fake world as a solution. We move into the chorus again, still starting with the word Tsukasa, although the rest is very different. The second line is now about a mask of lies, or more directly translated as covered with common words. The common part, of course, being pronounced amane. The last part talks about an unsatisfying answer. Notice that unsatisfying is pronounced sumane. It's a play on both their names. The second half of the chorus is different too. That secret we never speak of, in the third place where it all began. You're still there, aren't you? What does that mean? You guess right, it's another massive spoiler. Again, I won't get into it, but it's referring to the Red House. If you know, you know. And that's it. Once again, they managed to make a song full of wordplay and references. And they also decided to include spoilers for the entirety of season 3. Sure, why not? For the English translations, I used a combination of genius, anime song lyrics, and my own creative interpretation. So if I missed some things or some stuff wasn't entirely accurate, apologies in advance. Oh, and I know I've shit on season 1 a lot previously, but I was very pleased with season 2. Okay, cool. Thank you for your time.